Hey guys!
What's up?
Alright, we are doing our royal review for you guys.
Of the Allure of the Seas.
True. Okay, we are doing our Royal Caribbean Allure of the Seas review for you guys. We're going to have 3 topics, basically, that we're going to go over. We're going to do our likes, our just okays, and our dislikes. And we just stuck with like the 3, and we'll just kind of do 3 points on each 3. So first we're going to start with our likes. I think generally the first like that we have is the decor and like the design of everything. I think they pretty much kept everything modern, but not too modern. It was very, I don't know how to...
Yeah, look, when you get on the ship, when you first walk on the ship, you walk into the promenade, and it's like, wow.
It is literally the wow factor. It definitely felt like we were walking into a mall versus onto a ship. And
just from personal experience, when I walk into a ship, I really like that atrium. Like, wow, the atrium. Like, the Carnival Pride had a beautiful atrium.
It really did.
Serenade of the Seas had a beautiful atrium.
MSC was not.
That's what I think. Where the MSC Divina, it just didn't have that wow factor. Yeah, I mean the atrium was there, but it just wasn't.
And it was
huge
pretty.
Atrium.
Like it was pretty, but it wasn't like amazing.
The staircase was probably the prettiest part of that ship.
It really was.
The crystal staircase.
Yeah, Swarovski crystal staircase. But this definitely, I mean, every aspect, even the stairwells, the artwork, and then each piece of artwork or each little detail that they can give you a history behind that specific thing, that it was there. So it was really just, they really thought out the decor and the design. I really liked it.
I liked how it was broken up into neighborhoods. Yeah,
so it didn't seem like everything was so overwhelming. Every time you went into a different neighborhood, it was like walking into a different place. Like Central Park really reminded me of like New York. Just that not the busy bustle, but like more like the
more of a
Central Park of New York. Like it's
more of a calm
park,
meditating area.
Yeah,
that's a good way to put it.
But then like you had the boardwalk, which was like walking into a beach area, and then you had the really promenade, which was your city, and every neighborhood really showed that aspect. Like nothing really clashed. You didn't mix it up. It was just the design and decor was definitely by far really planned out, and it was perfect. Right? Yeah. So the next our second was the food and accommodations. Food is a really big thing because I have celiac, so I cannot have anything gluten, which is you could have to look it up. It's a whole bunch of things. It's like wheat, oat, barley, all that stuff. So that's one of those things that I get really nervous about, like where I'm going to go, what I'm going to eat, all that stuff. It's always on my mind because otherwise I get super sick. She was really
worried about, before we even got on the ship, she's just like, I can't find anything to eat. I'm like...
Because I was looking for a menu, and they didn't have a menu. But I'm going to tell you, they went above and beyond. Every place that I ate went above and beyond what I expected from them.
You've been all the way down to Johnny Rockets.
Oh, yeah. So, like, if they didn't have it where they went down to the main dining room and made it and got it for me. So, they even, like, if we were on Johnny Rockets, they went down to the main dining room and got it. If we ate at the buffet, the chef there, I told him what my favorite meal was. 10, 15 minutes later, he came out with it plastic wrapped so it didn't get any of the contaminants walking through the kitchen or through the buffet area, and he would bring it to me. Even in the buffet, I was taken care of. Like, it was never something I had to really worry about.
Something we don't normally do that I know a lot of cruise goers do is going to the main dining room.
Yeah, we're more of the
issue for me with the main dining room is when I eat, I just want to eat and go play. I don't want, the side entertainment that the main dining room does bring. I mean, when you do go there, you do get entertained. And literally it takes you probably about an hour and a half, depending on what's going on for the night. And for me, I'd rather use that time more wisely, where I can go do something else, maybe watch a show or jump in the pool before it closes, or even hit the hot tub.
Especially having kids sitting down at a restaurant, especially one that is autistic, for an hour to an hour and a half, it's really hard. It's almost, I don't want to say it's impossible, but it's
impossible.
It's almost impossible. It's just, it's a lot harder. So that's one of the reasons why I'm like, okay, yeah, I guess I don't need to go. But there are times where, I'm like really debating it, because I'm like, well, maybe I'll try this one time. Like, maybe it can't be too bad. But, and then I look over and my kids are running around. So then I'm like, I think better of that. But as far as the food goes, it was amazing. Sorrento's pizza was so good. You legitimately, like, I tried it. He didn't even know that it was gluten free. Like, I mean, like, he knew it was gluten free. He didn't. Gluten-free, but he didn't taste that.
If I didn't know it wasn't gluten free, or it was gluten free, then you would have fooled me.
Yeah,
That's how good it was.
The precautions that they take. I mean, like, they use a disposable tray, so it was not contaminated with anything else when they put it in the oven. A specific person makes it. They use, they wash their hands, change their gloves. They make it. And, I mean, like, I didn't have a single celiac issue. So, and it was all good. Like, there was nothing bad, nothing tastes weird.
And even for me, the food that I ate, which was normal food, I had no bad experience. I thought the food was really tasty, flavorful, hot. And one thing I want to bring up on the buffet, a lot of ships, you serve yourself water, okay? If you don't have a drink package or soda that you go refill at the machine, you have to go to
a drink station
and get your own water, fill up your own cup, so on and so forth.
And you have to wait in line.
And there's usually a line for that because, well, people are a little slower than you, probably. But here they had pre-made waters, juices, whatever you wanted. They already had it pre-made. You just grab and go. And
they kept it filled.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it wasn't like, I mean,
so
10 people could come up and take it, and they were still constantly filling it and pushing them up and everything else. So it was constantly filled.
Big props on them for that idea. That was one of the most impressed things that I've seen, because one of my biggest pet peeves on MSC Divina was the wait time, especially for drinks.
And I will say that the gentleman that was our, I guess, busser or server, however you want to put it, in the dining room,
basically he waited our table.
He really did. Like, if he saw we were getting low on drinks, he's quick to bring us new ones.
He would go get our drinks.
I mean, even with our soda cups, like, he took them and filled the soda cups up for us. So we did tip him really good. And I mean, like, even he was great, and that has to do with
that's the first time I've ever had that happen in a buffet area. But yeah. This is the first time that we really sat in the same spot on a buffet. But
we did try to sit in the same spot
because of him.
Yeah, because of him, and because the chef knew where I would be sitting. Yeah. It would literally be where I would go in, tell them I was there, and
they'd start making her food.
And they'd start making my food. Like, they already knew what I wanted and everything else. So they literally would just make it. And if I wanted anything else, all I had to do was ask. Made perfect portions. Mm-hmm. I mean, it was so amazing. I major props. So if you have celiac, or you just like to eat, or you want good food, like, definitely Royal Caribbean Allure, he's nailed it. So
next thing, guest services.
Guest services. Okay. My biggest fear is having to go to guest services, because I'm always afraid that it's going to take forever. Long lines, an hour wait. They're not going to understand what I'm trying to get done. it's one of those things that you're like, oh God, I gotta go to guest services. Even guest services was on point. Like, I think the longest wait I had was 10 minutes, if that.
And that was the first day on board.
That was the first day. We literally got in, we ate, and we went down to guest services, and that was the busiest time, and that took 10 minutes. I like how they have enough people up front to accommodate everybody, as well as they have a guest service representative who will walk through the line with a little tablet, and they will go around asking if there's anything they can help you with to help them. So if they can get you in and out, like we needed to punch our cards one time, we walked up, he goes, can I help you with something? And we said we just need hole punches. He says, don't even worry about it. He went and got the hole punch, punched it, done. Couple seconds. I mean,
they did a great job.
Everything. I mean, like, I didn't have a single issue.
We went there because of the shortened trip. We had a lot of questions and stuff. They did take care of.
They took care of everything. And I mean, it was so important. Everybody was so nice. And I mean, even when we were really confused and we had them repeat something like 2 or 3 times,
they didn't mind.
They didn't mind. Oh, no, seriously. Like, you know, okay, so we'll do it like this, or, you know, this is how it's going to work. They were so professional and polite. And I mean,
they did a good job.
Yeah, you think you're stressing, but then it's like, oh, that was easy.
It was a little too easy. All
Perfect.
Right. So now we're going to get to our
just
okay stuff.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't like it, you know, like majorly, but we didn't dislike it at all.
Yeah.
There's just,
there was a little bit of room for improvement.
Well, there's definitely room for improvement on these, but this is just our opinion of what's going on the Allure of the Seas.
Yeah. So the first one is our room steward.
I've always had room stewards that would always seemed like they always would strive to meet you and try to go above and beyond.
Ask you if there's anything they can do for you.
Right.
Ask if you want ice.
I mean,
what times you want your bed turned down. Like, different things they would really try to impress you.
So with a child having autism, he knows that you're supposed to get a towel animal. And we didn't get one the first night. And we had to find our room steward to basically let him know that, hey, you gotta help us out with that, because he's expecting it, you know.
I mean, that's honestly one of I think the things he was most excited about going on the cruise was the towel animal. It was one of those things that he constantly talked about.
Once we told him about it, he took care of it.
Yeah, but it was like, you know, I had to ask him for the ice, like it was, and then
but that was the first time.
Yeah, but then it was like he did keep up with it, so it was like, I guess like he just didn't try, but once he knew what we wanted, then he tried. But it wasn't even still. It wasn't.
Like I said, it wasn't great, but it wasn't horrible.
Yeah,
it's just okay.
Yeah. Room for improvement. He could have just had an off week. He could have just been, I don't know, tired. Could have been sick.
Having time off. I don't know.
But we just know this particular time it wasn't all that great, but it could have been better.
Yeah.
So the next thing we have on the list is the solarium. Okay, as a parent of 2 children, one being autistic, it's very important that we get some alone time. And this was one of those things that I was kind of looking forward to, because I was like, yes, no kids, we're going to go, we're going to relax, it's going to be great.
And the videos that you see, like, through YouTube or just researching the ship in general, it looks like a really nice place.
It does. But pictures and videos are just a little deceiving. Yeah. It's definitely not...
I mean, it wasn't horrible. Again, this is okay.
Yeah, it was okay.
But
see, hold on. Here's the thing. It was on my dislike list, but it was on his just okay list, so we compromised and went with just okay. So I think I'm a little more harsh on it than he was, because I mean, we went twice. I think in total we spent maybe an hour and a half up there. Total.
It wasn't much.
It wasn't inviting. It wasn't like, oh my God, I want to be here.
Number one thing that I don't like, not that we had this problem on this particular cruise,
yes,
but Royal Caribbean allows 16 and over to go into the solarium. My opinion is, It should not be anybody under the age of 18.
Exactly, because if you go to like Adventure Oceans, it goes up to like through 17. So 18 and over can't go to the teens area. So in my opinion, they have their area. This is my area. So it should have been just 18 and over. It shouldn't have been 16 and over. Like, I just don't think it's... I don't think it was right. It's not fair. But again, we didn't have to deal with it because there was nobody that young there. But I don't know.
There were people young, but not.
But not in the solarium. Yeah, that's what I meant. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. It wasn't like.
It wasn't.
Oh, let's go to the solarium. It's amazing.
As a matter of fact, the best solarium or adult area, I guess it's not called solarium on that ship, but best adult area that I've seen was on the MSC Divina. I
will say that. MSC did not have very many plus points, but they did have an amazing solarium. I mean, that was one of those areas, it was like...
They had a beautiful full-size pool.
We have to
hot
go...
tubs.
Yeah, we were like, oh, we have to go back to the kids,
yeah.
you know?
I actually enjoyed it back there, but that's a different video.
But
I think they were on par with the MSC Divina as far as the adult section.
Yes. So it was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I personally thought it wasn't something I liked, but we compromised. Like I said, it was just okay. So, the next thing I have is the Adventure Oceans, and this one kind of goes more so along the lines of kids, because teens.
Here's the biggest thing I have for teens. The age is from 12 to 17. That's a big age range for a 12-year-old to have to socialize with a 17-year-old. It's just not going to happen. The 17-year-old's not going to want to socialize with a 12-year-old. It's just a matter of fact.
It's evolution.
So, honestly, it should have been 12 to 14 and then 15 to 17. I think that's where one of the biggest problems that I had with it. I mean, because my daughter didn't even go there.
She attempted once.
Yeah, and then she's seen all the big kids there, and she was like, "No, I'm not interested."
Yeah, but so I think that was that. But also with our son being autistic, there wasn't very much. I had higher expectations going into it because of everything that I was kind of told, the way everybody talked about it, like, you know, talking to like Royal Caribbean themselves about it. I had higher expectations than we got. I don't, like, we asked about the sensory bends, never got him. I mean, they didn't even know what we were talking about. You go in, you list everything you need, as far as like his diagnosis and like their care or whatever. They were a little too quick to call. He was there for 45 minutes on one day, and
I didn't think it was that long.
Yeah, I mean, that's giving it. But we got the phone, we went downstairs, and then we came back up because they had called us. So, and it was basically like he was just constantly asking, "Where's my mommy and daddy? When are they gonna come back?" Acting a little nervous. And I guess, like, I'd rather them have called me than not, but in the same sense, like, you're supposed to learn how to handle this, like, distract him, and they didn't.
Trying to play with them.
Yeah. They just kind of, like, let them do their own thing. It was like, whatever. We did downgrade him in the age groups, because his age group, he can't really play with them too much. Like,
when they were playing dodgeball, right?
Yeah.
We were there. And he gets smeared in dodgeball.
Yeah, and he was already, like, on the floor, like, freaking out. So it was like, okay, well, let's put him in something younger. He knew a couple of kids in there, so I figured, you know, it wouldn't be too bad. But they didn't really play with them. Like, we never saw them really interacting with the kids. It was always them doing their own thing, and they were just sitting there watching. So, I didn't like that. But, I guess, like, that was my biggest thing when it came to, like, with him. Because, like, there was no real effort, I felt like, but it could just be me. I mean, that time. Oh, and the phone they give you, is like
From 2000, the old Nokias.
and they're so busted. Like, I was half, like, thinking it wasn't going to work. Because, I mean, it was, like, taped together. And everything. Like, no lie. This stuff was literally taped together to try to hold together.
It's probably somebody's old cell phone from years ago.
It probably was. It probably took too many drops down, a couple flights of stairs or something. I don't know. But, it was something else. But, I mean, that was pretty much that one.
Wasn't horrible, but wasn't great. Definitely room for improvement.
Definitely. Okay,
The dislikes.
yeah, our dislikes.
This is...
We can go on about this. Okay, so,
Honestly,
honestly
I was going to say, honestly...
there wasn't a whole lot of dislikes.
I had a hard time with the dislikes.
Yeah, there was, I mean, we were like, okay, well, we have to come up with 3, you know? Mm-hmm. And everything was kind of like, yeah, it was okay. And I'm like, okay, well, of these okays, we gotta figure out, like, our 3 dislikes. Right. So, the first dislike.
So when you get on any ship, at least any ship that I've been on, except with the exception of MSC Divina, there is always some type of party on the pool deck, like with music,
sail away party, or just
right when you're sailing away,
parties in
just
general.
Parties in general, but sail away, especially if your ship's 3 days late.
You would think everybody's wanting to celebrate. Oh my God, we're finally on the ship. We're finally sailing away. Like, you would think, as the cruise director, okay, we really got to get these people to really, be excited. We got to get them going.
We're at half occupancy. We got to make sure that
these people want to come back. We're going to make it the best. So, I would have, if I was a cruise director, I would have gone
been on point,
above and beyond when it came to like a sail away party. We didn't even really have any music. I mean, we had like a little bit, but
lack thereof. Let's put it that way.
There was nobody partying.
There was people watching the sail away, but there was no partying going on.
Yeah, it literally was just like, it's just another day. But I mean, we were excited, but
yeah, we were excited, definitely.
But there was no sail away party. There was no parties in general, Carnival has a lot of different parties that you can do, but they didn't really have anything. They had the Zumba thing, but that's Zumba.
Yeah.
They had
I think because of the shortened trip, I think they got kind of thrown off on what they do, but they did have a little, I guess.
It was the Fiesta thing. It was like the end of the trip.
It was the end of the trip.
It was literally the last night, and
on the boardwalk they were, and this got knocked off my dislike list, but they blocked the walkways, which was very frustrating when you're trying to get around and film the ship. We were still filming the ship. They took up the whole walkway between Johnny Rockets and the...
And it wasn't like a lot of people were participating.
Yeah.
They just spread everybody out to make it look like there was. But, I mean, they had people up from
What do you think, about 15 people at the most?
Yeah. But they had people going literally from one end of the deck to the other, and they did everything this way versus like this way.
The whole
or like
length
this
of Johnny
way.
Rockets. I mean, it was literally the whole length of Johnny Rockets, and the width between Johnny Rockets and the Mexican restaurant.
Yeah. So I mean, that was kind of annoying, but that was the only type of party.
They had some type of pirate party earlier in the day.
It was like a parade thing or something like that.
A parade on the promenade, but again, just to me, that's just not.
It's not really partying. Yeah.
When we were in Cozumel, our only stop, by the way. When we were in Cozumel, we had another Royal Caribbean ship next to us, and they were partying on their way out. I mean, you heard their music for probably about 3 miles.
You really could.
In the Gulf of Mexico. That's how much they were partying.
But it was really cool being right next to them, too. I will say that. Like, you can just tell the size difference, which, the videos show. But it was pretty cool to have them next to us. Yeah, there's no parties. The entertainment.
Yeah, I mean, the shows. So let's back up. We didn't see any shows except the Aqua Show, which...
Okay, the Aqua Show was
awesome.
Amazing. Like...
I definitely recommend. My daughter even went another night to see it by herself.
It was so good.
They interact with the crowd. It's great.
Yes. I loved it. It was on point. It was perfect.
All right, so number 2.
I think we should go down.
Okay.
Okay, so since we're on the point of entertainment, the pool, there was no big screen. Like, usually there's a big screen.
There's usually a
TV.
big screen at the pool, at the main pool.
Nothing. There was a stage there. There was a very small stage, but they never really had an instrument.
Yeah, I think I've seen a band there once.
Oh, I've seen them twice.
Okay, twice.
Twice. But the first time they were only there for like 5 minutes, like one song, and then left. And then the other time they were there for like 3 songs and left.
So you see all these Carnival ships. I'm going to use Carnival as an example. I mean, right there on the Lido deck at the main pool, you see this big, giant screen TV. There was nothing on this ship. As massive as this ship is, there's nothing.
Yeah.
The biggest thing they had was TVs, little, like, 32-inch TVs at the hot tub that hang over the side of the ship. That was it.
There was?
Mm-hmm. There was.
Okay, so that was so small, like I didn't even notice it. Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to look at the videos.
Look at the videos. It's there.
Who knew? I didn't know. Okay, so they need something bigger. But yeah, the entertainment there, like, I don't know.
So, yeah.
It was just like your own entertainment. But I will say, like, being in the pools, they did have a lot of servers, like bar people come around trying to take your orders and pick up your cups and stuff. But other than that, there was nothing, no real interaction with anybody. But, yeah. Okay, and the final thing,
the
which...
lifeguards.
Oh, yeah. You can't hold your kids, you can't play with your kids, you can't play in the pool. You can literally just sit there.
You can't splash.
Can't splash, no, you sit there. That was pretty much it. Like, that was legit. Like, he got on us for everything.
Like, literally, I was so hot. I didn't even jump in. I kind of just fell in. And she was acting like she was pushing me in, and we got in trouble.
Yeah. I literally went like this. And he, no, shh, shh, no pushing, no jumping. And I'm like, are you serious right now? Like.
And some other people got.
They were holding their child. She was literally, she had like one of those little floaty things on.
Yeah, she had a whole life vest on for a kid, and you can't.
And she was just holding him, holding her, and no hold. Like, you want her to drown? I mean, she's like 3. I mean, like, but so that one they could probably loosen up just a smidge. I mean, it is a pool, so, but
you're gonna get wet.
Yeah.
And
so the last thing.
Last but not least.
Well, I mean, it's least.
It's probably. Let's put it this way. This probably is my number 1 most disliked. But it could be the fact that I'm spoiled at home with my.
But see, hold on. I think anybody. Okay, the beds.
Yeah.
It's the beds, guys. I mean, it was. I think a park bench would probably be more comfortable.
I think the Central Park benches were more comfortable.
It was.
It was not good.
A brick,
even
on top of a brick.
Even though we asked for a bed topper, which they were accommodating, they did do, it still was very, very stiff.
At one point,
I had to get four pillows, and that's what I slept on.
we literally slept. We literally slept like this, up against the headboard.
Yeah.
Sitting up, because it was the only decently comfortable position. At one point, I did try to lay all my pillows flat, so I can like on them, and it was no good. I mean, it was. I know we're spoiled at home with our beds, but I don't think like that was. I mean, honestly, I think my floor is a little more comfortable than that. It was hard, guys. I mean, it was like you go to sit on it and you think, oh, like okay, it'll give a little bit. This was like
didn't give. You would think you'd have a little bounce.
Nothing. I mean, we sat on it and we're like, oh no. no good.
So that was a big thing. I mean, we had to deal with it, obviously, but I wish the beds were more comfortable.
Yeah.
But the past 2 ships we've been on now have been horrible beds.
The last night, I was so tired from not being able to sleep on the bed.
That you slept.
I went outside onto the balcony
And fell asleep.
in the chair for about an hour and a half. That was the best sleep I got on the cruise. I came back in, I was like, oh crap. Like, that was the last night. I should have done that every other night. But, what are you gonna do? But, so that's what we have, guys. I mean, if you've been on the Allure of the Seas and you have something different, if you have likes, dislikes, just okays, if we're off, I mean, let us know. Yeah. I mean, if you had different...
Love to hear your reviews.
Yeah.
You know, just put them down in the comments down there. I'd love to see what you thought of the Allure of the Seas or any other ship that you may think.
Or if you think we were on point with these. Again, just let us know. And I think that's all we got for you guys tonight.
Yep.
All right.
So thank you for joining us for all the vlogs, by the way. Oh, yeah.
Do you like our shirts?
Yeah.
This is Cruising Through Life, one port at a time.
So these are going to be our cool shirts for
our interviews and stuff. Well,
our
vlogs.
Guys.
Like, yeah, talking to you guys. All right, guys.
And yes, I'm going to wear it to any ship I go to, believe me.
I would too. All right, guys. We'll talk to you later.
And thanks for watching all of the Allure of the Seas vlogs.
Yes. And like, comment, subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications. Also, follow us on Facebook and Twitter. Facebook is facebook.com/usandmoreyt. And Twitter is twitter.com /usandmoreyt. /. usandmoreyt. I almost got it.
75% there.
I would say it was probably like 95. I missed the /. Alright, guys. We'll talk to you later. Have fun.
Peace out.